Shall we go to the next set of questions? What are these about? Phrase replacement. 5 questions. All the 5 questions are easy. You should get 5 out of 5. First one, Pandit Nehru always, underline the word always. When I teach tenses, I tell students, every tense we have time-specific phrases. And these phrases are tense-specific, I tell. Then sometimes students ask, sir, you said always goes with present tense. Sometimes it goes with past. What you have to understand, in English we have rules. We have exceptions. You understand what I say? I hope you guys are listening. Many students blindly believe in the book or the master. Oh, master said always present tense, always it should be in present. Not like that. Ultimately what matters is the context. You have to remember the rule, read the sentence, understand the context. Only then you have to decide whether it is applicable or not applicable. What is contextual awareness over here? Underline Pandit Nehru. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, present or past? No, it is understood. The verb should be in past. If you go with always, you will choose the verb in the present. Yes or no? How many options based on, here this is not grammatically correct, mark it wrong. How many options in past? Endeavored, endeavor. We have endeavor also present. Am I right? Only one option in the past. So what is the answer? Pandit Nehru always endeavored for a socialist pattern of society. How many of you have got this right? Raise your hands. Not all, but still it is an easy one based on contextual awareness. Usually we are conditioned. Conditioned means what? Master says something, there is a rule, go with the rule. Not always. Context is important. Please underline the word socialist. I don't know how many of you understand this. Write 3 words. First you write the word capitalist. I will explain. If you are interested, you write. Not interested, don't write. That is your choice. Then you write the word communist. Then you write the word socialist. Today, when we talk about India, we use one term. Write the term third world country. Have you heard of this? Please say yes or no. India is known as third world country. Third world countries are developing countries. Bracket you write developing socialist countries. Now why do we say India is a third world country? First you have to know the backdrop. If you look at the world, we have 3 worlds. First world, second world, third world. We belong to the third world. Then comes the question, what is the first world? First world is industrially developed capitalist countries. Here private sector is the ultimate. Industrially developed capitalist countries. USA, France, all these, UK, they come under first world. Industrial revolution took place over there. Communist, write the meaning, second world, please write second world. First world, industrially developed capitalist countries. Second world, industrially developed communist countries. Industrially developed communist countries. Now we have this Russia, former USSR, many Eastern European countries. Second world. Now write the meaning of third world. Third world means developing or underdeveloped. Developing or underdeveloped socialist countries. Socialist means bracket right, mix of private and public sector. Mix of private and public sector. Capitalist country is only private sector. Communist country is only public sector. Everything belongs to the state. And a socialist country, it's a mix of public sector, private sector. Today you take your banks. We have banks in the public sector, we have banks in the private sector. That's what we call socialist countries. Have you got the answer? We'll go to the next one. Lack of values brings only ephemeral, transitory. Transitory means changing, not permanent, temporary. Success. Please write the meaning of those 2 words. Temporary. Success. And even after get such successful or Does it seem right or wrong? Grammatically wrong. Even after gotten, mark it wrong. I am telling you to mark the one word wrong. That is a clue for you. After gets, wrong. After getting such success seems right, hold this one. After got, no. What is the answer based on that? After getting success, we don't get respect and love from others. Perhaps she would has been. This is an easy one. What is the helping verb here? Underline the word would. After any helping verb, if you have to use a verb, either helping verb or action verb, that should be in which form? Already have got so many times. Bare infinitive. Remember? And what is the primary auxiliary after the word would? To have is a verb. And what is the bare infinitive? You don't use to. Then what are you supposed to have? Would have. How many options with would have? Mark this one wrong, this one wrong, this one wrong. Is it would have bite or would have been bitten? The answer is the fourth option. Grammar knowledge easy to answer. All these are based on grammar knowledge. The finance director has come in for a lot of criticism. Do you find any error here? Come in for a lot of criticism means he was criticized. Come in for, here for is also in bold or not in bold? Check. For is in bold. Yes or no? Oh, okay. Here only lot of criticism. But for come in for from here I think it is in bold. Am I right? Come in, a lot of criticize upon, grammatically not correct. Come in, lots of criticize, grammatically not correct. Lot of criticisms. Again, we need the preposition for, come in for. How many options with come in for? Only one. Actually they have not touched this. Based on that you can decide, come in for what you ask the question. A lot of criticism over his unsuccessful handling of the company's investments. Answer is no correction required. How many of you have chosen the fifth option? Only one or two. That is the answer. One reading you should be able to decide. Shall we go to the next one? Which one? Question number 17. Are you 14? Have I missed one question? I got it. The basic moral duty, that one. The basic moral duty of human being towards the society is to make effort to alleviating or effort to alleviate. Effort or efforts, we'll see later. Can you use to alleviating? No. How many options with to alleviate? To alleviate, mark this wrong, mark this wrong, mark this wrong. Efforts to alleviate to sufferers? No. What is the answer? Efforts to alleviate what? Suffering. Here suffering is a noun. Alleviate suffering. Shall I continue with the next set? Only one question missed. Para jumble, easy or difficult? An easy one. First you have to take the elimination approach. Deforestation can result. This seems to be the topic sentence. Hold this one. What is the second one here? When trees are burned, this carbon, underline this, demonstrative adjective cannot be the first one. That is, underline that, demonstrative adjective, pronoun here. Demonstrative pronoun cannot be the first one, eliminate. With fewer trees around to take in the carbon dioxide, this greenhouse, underline this, demonstrative adjective cannot be the first one. The Department of Government Information said in a statement, you can consider, but let us see whether it goes with the context or not. After going through all the parts, you ask the question, what is this about? What is the answer? Deforestation. Deforestation can result in more carbon dioxide being released into the atmosphere. Please make a note, A is the first one. That is because, why does it happen? Why carbon dioxide being released into? Why does it happen? Reason. That is because trees take in carbon dioxide from the air for photosynthesis and carbon is locked chemically in their wood. AC, one idea. After that, when trees are burned, this carbon returns to the atmosphere as carbon dioxide. B. With fewer trees around to take in the carbon dioxide, this greenhouse gas accumulates in the atmosphere and accelerates global warming. I would like to know, rather curious, who has got this parajumble correct? ACBD. Raise your hands. This is an easy one, in fact, an easy one. Anyhow, there is one new question. Which one is that? Go to the last one here. Is it 21 or 22? Go to 22. After rearrangement, the given 5 sentences, which of the following does not fit into the same theme as the sentences? What is it about deforestation? What will happen? Deforestation, you cut down the trees, carbon dioxide comes out. Yes or no? And the trapped carbon dioxide comes out. It's all about carbon dioxide, trees, carbon dioxide, and no trees again to absorb results in global warming. Does this come into picture, the last one? The Department of Government Information said in a statement? No. Answer is the last one. Which option says that? How many of you have got this one right? Okay, fine. We'll go to the next set of questions. We'll do it fast. What are these about? Columns, assigning roles to individual members and providing what? The farmers' movements cannot be, providing them, underline individual members, and providing them with the necessary skills can make such programs more meaningful. Seems right or wrong? How many options? Please respond. If you respond, I feel like continuing. You don't respond, whom am I talking to? Whom am I telling? Then the flow gets affected. AF, how many options? Let us check first one, CD or BF. AEBF. What is that we got AF? Only one option, I think. Am I right? We'll check that one. CD. But B we'll see. Even as the BJP clamps down on opposition parties supportive of what? The farmers' movements, we must not lose sight of our country's transition to an ethnocracy. Seems right. Clamps down on opposition parties supportive of. Hold AD. BD. Is it D? BD. Please make a note, write separately BD. In my opinion, that also seems right. Hold that one. I'm not saying that is the answer. Okay. They provide a platform to build consensus and make resolutions in the community's interest. This seems right or wrong? Make resolutions in the community's interest. Which community we cannot? Let us check with CD. They provide a platform to build consensus and the farmers' movements. Can you use this? This also no. You have to recheck. We'll see the first one now. Assigning roles to individual members and providing the farmers' movements cannot be used. And providing make resolutions cannot be used. Assigning roles to individual members and providing them with the necessary. For sure, AF should be there. How many options with AF? One option. Then we have to consider CD. Do you have AF alone? No. CD. They provide a platform to build consensus and the farmers' movements. That does not make any platform to build consensus and the farmers' movements. We must not lose sight. There is no continuity, there is no coherence. Answer is only AF. Please make a note. How many of you have chosen CD also? I mean first option. First option grammatically not correct, contextually not correct. Only one option AF. Have you got it? What does the key say? Question number 22. 22 or 23? 23 says which option? Second option. What is the second option here? BD. Okay, that seems right. CE. That also seems right. But AF absolutely no problem. If that is the case, we have to consider AF at any cost. You don't see none. When you don't see none, obviously you are in trouble. Let us go to the next one. Inequality between and within states has bred what? With Hindus, not correct. Has bred during, not correct. Has bred a narrow nationalism and parochialism. This seems right. How many options with AF? 1 and 4. CD we will check, or BE. If a bank fails and there is a sort of contagion effect during the country's prolonged, they don't make a pair. We'll go to CD. And ethnocracy has taken root in India since 2014, with Hindus established as the dominant people. This seems right. So what is the answer here? First option is the answer. We'll go to the next one. There is also the option of getting banks to write off these. What do banks write off? They write off loan amounts, they write off interest. Employment estimates cannot be used. Vigil in quarantine cannot be used. Available through an active bond market. Write off these available through an active bond market, which India does not have to a significant extent. I don't see there is no coherence in the parts. Though you can join, when you read the complete thing, it should make sense. Let us see B. The new QES is a welcome step as it will help generate timely employment estimates for the larger units. This seems right. Generate timely vigil in quarantine centers. What is this QES? Timely vigil in quarantine centers and monitor symptoms in households. Does not go with that. Let us go with BD. How many options? BD. Only one option. Am I right? Let us check CE. The youth and self-help groups to keep a strict vigil in quarantine centers and monitor symptoms in households. This seems right. Answer is the second option. The principle, what are these about? Please put a star mark, questions 26 and 27. How many questions? 2 questions. What are these about? Word usage. This is basically make a note CAT model. What is this model? CAT model. CAT common admission test for IIMs, higher level, not easy to handle. What are these about? They give a word, they give 2 or 3 sentences and ask you in how many sentences the word has been used properly. What is the word here? Obliged. Write the noun form, then you understand. Write the word obligation. What is the meaning of the word obligation? Write the word responsibility. Obligation means something you have to do because it is your duty or you have promised to do. In a way, responsibility. Have you got the meaning? That is a noun form, oblige is a verb form. Meaning-wise, no difference. Here, the principal drawback of a limited company is that you are legally obliged. Seems right. You are responsible legally. Any public company. Mark the first one right. What is the second one here? In that way, it was seen that the medical expenses incurred by the father could also be recovered if the father was legally obliged to pay them. This also seems right. Take this one. Its results depend on the opinion the opponent has of his obliged capability. There is nothing like obliged capability, not the right way. Answer is only 1 and 2. Which option says that? Fourth option is the answer. And this one is a bit difficult. Oblige, obligation, many students know. Write the meaning of the word gripe. Only a few know the meaning. Gripe means to complain strongly or repeatedly. Always complaining. You got the meaning? Fine. What is the first one here? Many women sports administrators and officials constantly gripe and complain about the lack of support. Perfect, tick that one. So they know that they were uncomfortably put in a position of gripe. There's nothing like position of gripe. That is, we don't use it that way. Mark the second one wrong. She did not complain or gripe often, but she always wanted to be part of the conversation. This seems perfect. So how many of you have chosen the fourth option again? 1 and 3. That is the answer. No second thoughts about that. The last three, again very important. Write two words in your notebook. First you write the word connectors. Then you write the word starters. What is the difference between the two? Connectors, usually they give two sentences, they ask you to connect with the help of conjunctions. These are easy to handle. If you know the conjunctions, you can answer. But starters, higher level. When you try, you have to feel comfortable contextually, grammatically. And that comes with command over the language. Let us go to the questions. He possesses all the qualities of a good leader except one. What is that quality? This is actually contradictory. A leader can never be shy. Ridiculous sentences. Who is a leader? One who leads hundreds of people, thousands of people. Can a shy person lead? The most ridiculous statements next to each other. I hope you understand what I say. But still we have to respect, it's a question. He possesses all the qualities of a good leader except one. He is very shy. Contrasting. Positive qualities of a leader, negative, shy. Despite his shyness, he possesses all the qualities of a good leader. Seems right or wrong? Perfect. Tick the first one. It does not talk about had he been a good leader. Already is a good leader. So mark the second one wrong. But for his shyness, he possesses all the qualities of a good leader. Perfect. No, it is right. You may not know this. Why? See, there are levels of language. Levels of language in the, levels of language in the sense, your exposure, imagine this much to the language. Actual language is, we don't know the bottom, it's an ocean. Okay. Usually how we think, based on what we know, we decide right or wrong. Obviously, that is human nature. Your exposure is this much. Imagine my exposure is this much. I'm in a better position. Yes or no? It's all relative. And a lot of students, in my opinion, might not have come across an expression like, what is the expression here? Underline one unit, but for his shyness. I will give one more. This is a standard phrase we use in conversational English as well. Those who are good at English, I mean. Write one more. But for his eccentric behavior. But for his eccentric behavior, he is a nice person. But for his eccentric behavior, he is a nice person. First you have to present a negative idea. Write one more. But for his stingy nature. But for his stingy. What is the meaning of the word stingy? You're rich but you don't spend money. Miser. But for his stingy nature, he is a nice person. Now I have given two examples, same pattern. Try to substitute. But for his shyness, he possesses all the qualities of a good leader. Absolutely no problem whatsoever. But how many of you have chosen 1 and 3? Raise your hands. Only 2 students. 3. Wonderful. That is a higher level, obviously. Answer is what? Based on that? A and C. Perfect. A good question. He was occupied with important matters. He had no leisure to see visitors. Leisure, not leisure. A lot of people say leisure time. Leisure time. Write the meaning of that. Free time. Not leisure time, leisure time. Free time. If you say leisure time, people may not understand. That's a different thing. He was occupied with important matters. He had no leisure to see visitors. No leisure to see visitors, you cannot start. Being occupied, he had no leisure to see visitors. Perfect. Take the second one. Occupying important matters, ridiculous. So what is the answer here? Only B, second option is the answer. How many of you have got this one right? About 6 to 7 students. Shall I go to the last one? Verma was extremely impressed by the fascinating paintings. Underline fascinating. Fascinating means attractive. At this age, something fascinates you, no problem. Someone fascinates you, you are in trouble. Have you got it? Fine. So, because he got fascinated, perhaps he is damn rich. It is difficult to buy one expensive painting. He purchased all of them, although they were very expensive. Means a rich guy. You got the context? Since the paintings were expensive, no, you cannot say. Though the paintings were expensive, he bought all the paintings, would have been correct. Verma was so fascinated by the paintings, he bought all of them, though they are expensive. This seems right. Take the second one. Verma was so impressed or so fascinated by the paintings that he bought all of them, though expensive. Although Verma was, no, we cannot use although. What is the answer here? How many of you have got this right? Oh, good, I appreciate. This is a very good paper in my opinion. We still have about 5-6 minutes.